So I just recorded for like 2.5 minutes, and I had the input set wrong. Yes, dude, yes. I had the input set wrong. Yes! So I fixed it, and so now we should be good. There was a bunny sitting over there before, and he was just like straight up chillaxing. He was straight up just sitting on all fours. At one point, he just totally went on his side, just chillaxing. And now he left. But anyways, have you ever seen a bunny just relax, just straight up chill? It's a sight to see. You know, bunnies are always like racing through your yard like it's speed race or something. I say, slow down. But this one wasn't. This one was pretty independent. I think he knew what was important. I think he knew that sometimes in life you have to take a breather and just kind of get perspective, just kind of get a wide shot, get a wide angle view, and just take it all in, you know, and just realize what's important in life. I think so often we're running, but you know, I think sometimes you have to like slow down and smell the flowers. And I think he understands that. So I learned a lot from the bunny today. I think we can all learn something from bunnies. Oh, someone's home. I don't know who it is. I hope it's not my parents, because I left dishes out and my mom's gonna be mad if they're not clean. But I think it's my brother, and he doesn't care. So yeah. Anyways, so I just wanted to do this podcast because I've always wanted to do a podcast. I've wanted to do it for a while. You know, I just want to be kind of different. I thought it'd be cool to have one in my backyard. I think my backyard looks pretty nice around times like these. And yeah, that's honestly pretty much it. So yeah, I guess I can tell you a little bit about me. So I'm Tim. I'm 24, gonna turn 25 soon in a couple weeks. But you know, I am an aspiring director. I want to make films. I make music right now, but I want to make films one day. And so yeah, I consider myself a filmmaker. I'm going to be posting films that I make on this channel, or a relevant channel. And yeah, so when I was thinking about like where to film this podcast, I was kind of like, I was like, you know, if you want, you know, as a filmmaker, you got to worry about how it looks on camera, right? So if you want stuff to look good, you got to set up a whole bunch of lights, and it's just a whole setup thing. It's really annoying. But if you go outside just looks nice. And I just have my phone on a tripod, and I have the external recorder right here. I'm just recording into it, and that's it. It takes literally 10 seconds to set up, and it looks great. I think it looks great. I checked it before I came over here. So yeah, it's like sometimes just the simpler stuff is better, and you know, just to get outside is healthy, you know. Walk around, smell, get some real oxygen. But yeah, I don't know. Do you guys want to hear a story? I don't really have a story prepared. This is awkward. I was thinking about something yesterday. I was thinking about this the other day, right? That I'm 24 years old. I'm obviously black. But I realized that I don't know what watermelon tastes like. because I've never liked watermelon. I've never liked watermelon. It just tastes like nothing to me. It just tastes like mush and water. Like it just doesn't taste like anything to me. So I've never gotten a kick out of it. It is hot out here, man. I've never gotten a kick out of it. So I don't really eat it that much. But obviously everybody else seems to love watermelon. So I always got I felt like kind of left out a lot of times. But then I realized that okay, I don't like the watermelon, the fruit, but then I drink a whole bunch of watermelon Arizonas and, watermelon Jolly Rancher, things like that. And it's wait, all this time I actually knew what watermelon tastes like. It tastes like watermelon Arizona, so that must be what the fruit tastes like. But of course, the way the drinks are made, they never actually taste like the thing they're flavored after. I've had grape Arizona, that doesn't taste like grapes. It's just purple, and just a whole bunch of sugar. So I don't know. I just thought that was kind of funny. Where it's if I did go to I'm not 8 anymore, so there's no birthday party where there's gonna be watermelon. But if I were to have watermelon, it'd be funny to just to get the taste of it, is to eat a slice of watermelon, then chase it with a watermelon Arizona, just to understand the taste of it. I thought that'd be kind of funny. Every time I have watermelon, I have to have a watermelon Arizona with me in order to get the taste. But yeah, guys, I mean, wow, 7 minutes, okay. Whew. It is hot today. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm gonna sit down. It's really hot. I'm gonna get my water bottle though, actually. I've been warm all day, and I had a headache today when I woke up. I don't know why. I think I just... So I have... We're getting real today. I have sleep apnea. So if I don't use a CPAP machine, I basically get terrible sleep. Okay? I get terrible sleep. And sometimes it's a mask you have to wear. It's pretty unattractive, but if you don't wear it right, it's a mask, right? And so you can breathe if the machine's not on, but the only air you get is the air coming through the machine through the mask, right? So if that airflow isn't flowing correctly into your mouth or nose, you just won't be able to breathe correctly at night. Or you can breathe, but the airflow won't be right. And it's so what happens is, if you don't get the right airflow, the right amount of oxygen over the night, you wake up with headaches. So that's why today I've just had a headache all day. It's going away now because I had to get outside. I had to get outside because it's going away now. Because I'm breathing in real air, real oxygen and stuff. But I can still feel that my nose is kind of stopped up and stuffy because I didn't wear the mask quite correctly. And that's another thing about wearing the mask. You have to wear it in the perfect position. Otherwise, it's just messed up. You won't sleep very well. Someone's coming outside. It's my mom. Hi, how are you? Yeah, I'm doing a podcast. No. My mom, everybody, my mom. And, so anyways, she didn't seem mad about the dishes. So that's cool. But anyways, so I had a headache, and it's going away now because I'm breathing in real air. It's also because I was inside like all day for the last 2-3 days, and that obviously isn't good. So I'm trying to do this now. Yeah, just trying to make it through life, man. Oh, there's a bug in my glasses. Oh, that's another thing. I hate bugs. I hate bugs. I will never not hate bugs. I will never not hate bugs. Bugs are disgusting. Bugs are so different to humans. It's not even funny. Like flies have like 800 eyes. Like 2. Max 2. Nothing should have more than 2 eyes. No thing on earth should have more than 2 eyes. Flies. Why you got so many eyes? Also, 4 limbs. Max. You can have 2, but max 4 limbs. Max. Spiders. Actually, I'm not that afraid of spiders. But flies. Why do you have like... I think they have 4. But they have wings. That's fine, but it's the eyes that throw me. So, anyways, I have a headache. I don't feel great today. It's also humid today. I don't know. It seems like this where I get bummed out because it's like it's hard to breathe because of I don't know what. It's just I just don't feel good. I have a headache all day, and I'm one of those people that if I have a headache or anything's like fairly off, like if it's slightly off, I can push through. But if something's just like fairly off, like I have a headache or I'm like thirsty or whatever, I'm just out of it, bro. I'm out of it. And I just feel lethargic and whatever. So I don't know, man. I tried. I ate some vegetables today. I had peppers and onions and garlic and mushrooms and real Italian. So I had that to get some real food in me. Then I had some cereal and some wheat thins and some Ritz crackers, which I haven't eaten in years. And I haven't had wheat thins in years as well. Then I had some water. I'm drinking this. This is water. And hopefully that'll make me feel better. I don't know. I feel like it would have kicked in by now because I had this stuff like about an hour ago. But yeah, man, I have a headache. It's not fun. I'm gonna drink some water. So yeah, I'm drinking some water. Yeah, I don't know. That made me feel a little bit better. So maybe I should need to keep drinking water, but 15 minutes, okay. 15 minutes. Dude, I don't feel good today. That's why it's tough. Sometimes I can literally ramble about anything for like an hour. Sometimes an hour will go by. But I just feel out of it today, dude. I feel out of it. It's annoying. So anyways, so who am I? Like I said, I'm a filmmaker. I'm 24. I want to make films. What are the things I care about? What kind of films do I want to make? I want to make coming of age stories right now. I don't have any real ties to agencies or movie studios, so it's kind of just me. But I think a lot about growing up. I think a lot about my personal coming of age story. There's a lot of mosquitoes on the ground. I think a lot about that. I think a lot about what it means to change and grow up and accept responsibility and stuff like that. And those are the kind of stories I want to kind of make. I just think that I don't know. I didn't have like a externally, like if you were to write my life down on paper, I didn't have a crazy childhood, but I think I had an interesting childhood because it was just so it was very filtered, if that makes sense. I feel like my childhood was very filtered, and I think it was filtered in a good way, in which that like my parents raised me to be a devout Christian, and at a certain point I did accept those values, and I still do accept those values. But it was interesting when I went to college how much about the real world outside of the church, outside of God, I did not know. And I realized a lot of my opinions and perspective of the real world, of just anybody who wasn't a Christian, was filtered through the Christian lens or my parents' lens. And I thought, I just felt like I was in it was so interesting, like my freshman year of college, where I got to I felt like I kind of felt like, in a way, I was in the Truman Show, where Christianity was the set or the devised world that they made up for him. And then when I went to college, I stepped out and I got a taste for what reality is like. And I just realized, wow, so many of the opinions I had about the world were incorrect. And on a daily basis, I felt like I was just learning more about who I was, what it means to be in the world, my place in the world, and stuff like that. I don't know. It was a great time, and I learned a lot. I just felt like it was really crazy. So, now that I graduated college 3 years ago, I am now kind of in a different stage. It's less Truman-y. It's less Truman leaving the Truman Show than before. But I still feel like I am learning what it means to be an adult, learning what it means to have real responsibility, to pay bills and everything, and to make sacrifices to get by and to achieve what I want and stuff like that. And so I found myself over the last 3 years having a lot of opinions about the working world and, like I said, what it means to pursue your career, have dreams, go for your dreams, be in the system, get out of the system, work for the man, not work for the man, all that stuff. I had a lot of opinions, and I'd have these lengthy talks with my friends and with my parents about these opinions and discussing these things and whatever. And I could tell after a while I was starting to burn them out with these things, and after a while I just started to feel pointless. Like like I spent so much time talking about these things, but then after a while, what I didn't realize was you kind of have to go somewhere in life. You kind of have to do something. You can't just sit around and talk. And the whole point of college is to sit around and talk, and discuss what you think about the world and what you think about things. There are so many mosquitoes and whatever here. I'm getting eaten alive. Anyways, I might move. So yeah, after a while, I just felt like there were a lot of things that, like, I had opinions on a lot of things in life, but I wasn't putting them anywhere. And you can only talk to people so much about it before they kind of, I don't know, it just didn't seem to be going anywhere, because I wasn't trying to just talk about problems. I was really concerned about, how much time we spend working, and it's not healthy, how much time I feel like the world expects you to work. And this is coming from someone who works hard. Like, I work very hard, but I don't like that I have to work so hard just to have an average life. I think part of the way I am, especially since high school, is I've always worked very hard so that I can have nice things. And I think in general what I found was, after I graduated college, or even while I was in college, I just felt that I was working so hard for things that everybody has, like just a normal life. And that's not really me. I'm not really normal. I want to have special things, but I don't want them to just be given to me, So yeah, I definitely want to work hard for really nice things, but like I said, I just don't want it to be given to me necessarily. But that was kind of the problem I had. So I would talk to my parents about this. I would talk to my friends about this. Just be really concerned. I'm like, man, I feel like, here's how I think about it. I feel like, so here's kind of my quick life story. In 8th grade, I had a really tough year. Just wasn't getting along socially, academically, for the most part, and I just felt like I wasn't the person I wanted to be. So then freshman year of high school came, and my dad was like, yeah, you haven't really had the best year academically, and the way I lived so far from my school in 8th grade that it was I was never here I was never here nor there. I was always here nor there. I don't know, whatever that saying is. I was just never one place long enough to have friends. So I wasn't, character-wise, I wasn't who I wanted to be. I didn't have the friends I wanted, and I just never had enough time to pursue the hobbies that I wanted, like making music or skateboarding, which I loved. I guess I was sort of always into filmmaking. Like, I used to, as a kid, make skateboarding video compilations. Not of me skating, but I would download videos of other skaters, and I would re-edit them and make my own compilations out of them. Like, I made one where it was, it's still on my YouTube channel too. It's called The Best of Colin Provost, and it has 1,000 views. But I just took skaters that I love, like Colin Provost, Nick Garcia, Najee Houston, and I would just find a bunch of clips of them online, cut them up so it's just that one skater, because sometimes they would have videos with other skaters in them, and make my own compilation videos out of them. So that was the extent of how often I was into filmmaking. But anyways, I got to freshman year, the summer before my freshman year of high school. My dad was like, it's time to turn it around. Like, you have the opportunity now, like, to have a clean slate, and, you know, and if you work really hard these next 4 years, you can go to a great college. And so, you know, the great college thing, I was like, yeah, like, my parents always raised me to go to a good school for college. So I always knew that was important, but I didn't really internalize that. I didn't care about that so much. But for me, I was like, this is an opportunity to reinvent myself as a person and reinvent my social group. So that maybe just so people can like me, because no one really liked me back then. So I became a Christian. I got to high school and I worked really, really hard. And I made a lot of sacrifices. I made friends for sure, but I definitely didn't spend, like, Friday night, I wasn't like chilling at my friend's house. That wasn't the go-to move for me. The go-to move was to go home and watch YouTube and just kind of, just watch YouTube videos and stuff and make music. That was my hobby on the weekends. So my point is that I sacrificed a lot of social time in order to work hard on my music and to work hard at school. So by the time it came time to apply to college, I really felt, and I applied and I got into a great school and I got a full scholarship and everything, and I felt like I had worked really hard to be the person I want to be. I worked really hard in school. I worked really hard to be the best Christian I could be, and I was on a crew team. I kind of founded that crew team, and I worked really hard to be the captain on that team and to work hard at physical fitness and everything. I did a lot of traveling in high school. I did a lot of community service here, and then in China and Jamaica, I did a lot of volunteer programs. So I felt like I worked really hard to be the person I wanted to be. And I was rewarded. I felt emotionally fulfilled by traveling and being able to give back to a bunch of people, and just learning from other cultures. And then I got to go to a great school, and I got a full scholarship. So I felt like, yeah, my hard work paid off. Get to college. College was a time where for the first time, I was like, all right, I worked really hard in high school, and that was it. I don't really have to work hard anymore. I'm done. Now I can just coast. No, that was the worst time to coast. And, you know, yeah, so that was just a bad choice. So academically, I didn't do very well in college. I can go into that later on, but I still worked hard just to make it through college, but I definitely wasn't as organized, as structured as I needed to be. But anyways, college was still hard, and I worked hard at it. The problem was when I graduated, or while I was starting to graduate college, I noticed that, like, I don't know, some of my friends who did well academically got normal jobs, and I eventually would get a normal job. And so it doesn't, like, so I feel like we're all just going to end up in the same place. We're all just going to end up working at some company, you know? And even if one of my friends had, like, 4.2 GPA, and I had a 1.9 GPA or something like that. And I was like, but we could still very well end up working at the same company. So I was like, I was kind of cynical about it. I was like, so what was the point of working so hard for 4 years? Like, if we're just gonna end up in the same place, because in that span of 4 years, I feel like I gained so much life experience. I gained real friendships, and I actually had the time to develop those friendships. And I saw a lot of other people sacrifice the social life for their grades and their future career. Fine, but we're still end up working at the same company 4 years later. So I'm not taking away anything from what they did, but like, I know that to me, the perspective now is like short-sighted, and it's slightly cynical and whatever, but that was kind of my big problem when I was graduating, is what I'm trying to say. And that was these last kind of 3 years. It's like, wow. Like high school, I worked so hard and academically. College, I worked really hard at enjoying myself and getting to experience life. And then, but either way, no matter how I spent my last 8 years, we're all in the same place. And there were many people that worked hard at school, still had a social life, and they're lawyers now. So good on them. I'm not taking anything away from that. But that was, in my short-sighted view of the world, that was how I kind of interpreted it. And I had a problem with that. I'm like, there was so much I missed out on. And to be honest, I regretted in high school if I couldn't meet with my friends and whatever. And I feel like I got to make up for everything that I regretted in high school in college. And, I just felt like I paid the price emotionally for a lot of this stuff. Like, I really sacrificed this or that for the sake of a better opportunity in the future. And it just seemed like no matter what I sacrificed, you're still going to have the same future, and that bothered me. So I would have these conversations in more detail about more specific topics with my friends, with my family and everything. But over that time, over these 3 years, I really felt like, oh, wow, filmmaking is the one passion I really want to do. I really want to develop. I really want to have a full-time job at this. So I started thinking of ways, how do I take, what kind of films do I make, And I just realized, I have so many thoughts and opinions about the world and life and whatever. Let me just put those thoughts and opinions into my films. And they don't have to be right. It's just the way I see the world. And that's what movies are. That's what films are. They're just, they're one person's view of the world. Or it could be multiple characters, but, it's just about expressing yourself. So that's kind of where I'm at. That's what I'm trying to do. This podcast, I just want to do a podcast. I've always wanted to do a podcast since, I think, college. I always thought it was fun. And I always thought it was fun. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it. I'm at 35 minutes right now. I want to get to 40 minutes just because I said I wanted to in my head. And so now I'm going to scream for 5 minutes. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's hot. It's hot. My headache's going away. I'm in the sun. I think I just need more water. I like being in the sun. I kind of like being hot. I like being hot and not moving. When I'm moving around, it's hot. It's like, kill me. But when I'm hot and stationary, that's it. So yeah, guys, I mean, that's me. This is me. This is real. I'm exactly where I'm sorry. Gonna let the light shine on me. Now I found who I am. There's no way to hold it in. No more hiding who I wanna be. This is me. YouTube's probably gonna take me down for that. Yeah, that's kind of me, man. That's kind of where I'm at, and I wanted this podcast to be just chill and just stream of consciousness and just kind of chilling in my backyard. It's summer. It's July 7th, I believe. July 7th or 8th. And, you know, I just wanted to do a podcast in my backyard. That's really it. That's all I got. That's all she wrote. And we have 3 more minutes to fill. So I got to think of something else to say. Oh, yeah. I am also starting many other channels. I'm becoming a content factory, ladies and gentlemen. I want to start a gaming channel where I play different video games. I've always liked playing video games. Never really got a chance to because I've been so busy with life and school and whatever. But I've always liked video games. And I have some interesting stories related to some games I have, and I thought it would be really cool. A few summers ago, I got into PewDiePie, like, just after years. I've always known who he was since I've been using YouTube, but I'm trying to do a podcast. And I just got into him a few summers ago, and he did these. Do you mind? He did these podcasts. No, he didn't do a podcast. Sorry, he did these playthroughs of video games, and I thought they're called Let's Plays. Obviously, everybody knows what Let's Plays are, and I just thought it was so interesting because I was like, what are these? But then you watch it and it's like, oh, he played Uncharted. And it was almost like you're watching an 8-hour movie, but you're watching it with a friend, and it was interesting. So I was like, oh, I want to do the same thing, but maybe not with like games like that, but more like just regular video games. So the game I'm starting off with is Need for Speed Underground 2. It's a throwback. It's from 2004. No one's searching for it online, so it's probably not going to have that many hits. But I'm okay with that. I played the game a lot growing up. I've beaten it twice, and I honestly felt like the game taught me a lot about life and what it means to sacrifice and budget and have delayed gratification and stuff like that. I did. It's not just a silly video game. It is just a silly video game, but I got a lot out of it. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I thank you guys for checking out this podcast, and many more to come. I hope my future is bright. I'm going to work really hard. And that's it. Thanks, guys. Bye.
I don't care what it looks like on the outside. I'm gonna be famous, and I don't really care what it's done to my pride. I'm gonna be famous. The sacrifice I've made, all of the risks I've taken. I don't care what it looks like on the outside. I'm gonna be famous. I feel like the clothes I wear make people think I won't make it.